I had dreams of going off to college, getting married. I turned to drugs pretty much when I was in high school. I had some childhood trauma that kind of went undealt with because I never told anyone. Kind of just made me numb, which is what I was looking for. And when I was in my early 20s, I had my son. I didn't know how to be that mom that he needed at that moment. I didn't even know what I needed to do to turn things around at that point.
We have a lot of drifting into parenthood. Almost half of all pregnancies in the United States are unintended.
Overall, about 39% of kids are born outside of marriage.
Today, most of these kids are born to couples who are living together, but partly because they're not as committed as married couples, these cohabiting families are twice as likely to break up and often end up as families headed by a single mom and an absent father.
Being a single mom is really just hard work. I have had to be very intentional as far as things I do with school and things I do with my son. The hardest part is just kind of not having the help, from the other person. If you need a break or you have someone to help you, it's just kind of me all the time.
It's very hard to raise children. It takes a lot of money, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of emotional strength.
There are real advantages in having two parents committed to each other and to raising their child together. More time, more money, more emotional energy to give a child. Families with one parent are more likely to struggle and are about 4 times more likely to be poor in America today.
If you knew that there were a series of decisions in your control, that data shows 97% of the people who followed those decisions avoided poverty and the vast majority entered the middle class or beyond, would you want to know that?
A lot of times it's hard when you're stuck in a situation and it feels like it's not going to change, but it's hard not to sometimes look back and I wish I went to college right after high school and had those experiences. Ultimately, I want to be able to take care of my son on my own one day, so to me that means I have to get an education and to get a good job.
If you finished your high school degree, not even college, if you then got a full-time job of any kind, and then if you had children, marriage first, 97% of the people who followed those steps avoided poverty. Those 3 steps are what is known as the success sequence. This is a solution. It's not a guarantee, it's not a silver bullet, but young people deserve to know.
When people hit their late 20s and early 30s today, if they followed that sequence, they got that education, that work, that marriage before having kids, their odds of being poor are only 3%. And their odds of being in the middle class or higher are 86%.
When we have information that says young people can be in greater control of their own destiny, we actually have a moral obligation to share that information with them. Our schools need to do a better job of providing vocational education to students who are not on the college track. Our government needs to pursue new policies to make work pay for all Americans, and schools and communities need to give young adults guidance on how best to form good relationships and later, good marriages. These are the kinds of steps that we need to make the success sequence a viable path for all young adults.
I wish I would have made some different decisions when I was younger. Think before you act, and definitely be intentional about the decisions you're making at that age, because they do have a lasting effect on your life.
It's never too late. There are many single moms in our community of kids that we've served who have literally changed their life because they could get back, quote unquote, on track.
I don't think it's ever too late to start over. I had to do that for my son. Yes, I'm doing this later in life, but at least I'm doing it now. And I'm doing it for a good reason. I want to make a better life for my son and I.
You do have power. You have power to shape your own life. Have the belief that you can be the captain of your own destiny, the master of your own soul. That's where it all starts. Don't let anyone else tell you that you don't have power to shape your own destiny.